Firstly, I would like to congratulate Raman and Beena on their promotion from when will you marry to when are you going to have babies. As most of you should probably know, my name's Bobby and I am the best brother. I decided to enter the best brother sweepstakes instead of the best man sweepstakes because there was less competition. This is great because having spent most of my life in a house with two women, there have been very few opportunities where I have been allowed to speak, and even fewer opportunities where anyone has actually been listening. Raman and Beena, it's a true honour to be standing here today. I'm so very happy for the both of you, and it only took me 9 years to say it. Anyway, on behalf of my mum, Elizabeth Cherian, my wife Jennifer, and my daughter Anna, who unfortunately couldn't make it today, I would sincerely like to thank you all for coming. People have come from far and wide to be here. From New Zealand, to Kenya, New York, and Scotland. It's amazing how far some people will travel for a free meal. This week has been very special for me, because not only has my sister got married to her soulmate, but on Tuesday I became a father. What most of you won't know, however, is that Beena was the first baby I ever held and fell in love with straight away. I can still remember the day that Beena was born. I was at school and I got a message from my teacher saying my sister was waiting for me at the hospital. I remember rushing home to see her, and I loved her from the first time I saw her. She's not only been a sister to me, but she's been my best friend growing up, and is probably one of the only people who can tell me off when I'm wrong. Raman, Beena's a very loyal person. When we were kids, I would always get the beats for doing something wrong, and if Beena did wrong, she'd just get a simple telling off. This annoyed me greatly, and growing up, I would try to find every opportunity to get her into trouble, or blame her for when I got caught doing something wrong, or tell my parents that what I broke in the house was actually done by Beena. But not once did she ever tell the truth. She would always take the blame, just so that I wouldn't get any beats. That's just the sort of person she is. Beena is also a very strong person. As if being born as my sister wasn't enough, she also had quite a difficult life growing up, but she turned out to be an amazing young woman. I still remember when she was in year 8 in school, which was predominantly wine, sorry. She was being picked on by one of the school bullies in her year. She would come home every night crying, but she kept going in every morning until one day she couldn't take it anymore. She'd organised, as they do, a fight after school one day to sort this bully out once and for all. What then proceeded to happen that weekend before the said fight was a scene similar to Rocky. I took Beena to Beavers Park and trained her to fight. Little did she know that I was probably the one who would run away from a fight. The time for the fight came, and I remember walking up with Thomas over there and seeing a large group of people behind this girl. She had 20 to 30 people behind her, and poor Beena had me, Thomas, and a handful of her friends. But needless to say, Beena taught this bully a lesson. Not only is she strong, but she is also compassionate and forgiving. After the weeks and months of this girl bullying Beena, you would have thought that she'd rub it in her face. But the next day, Beena went back, spoke to the girl, and became friends with her for the rest of their time at school. That's just the sort of person Beena is. Someone who will always be loyal to you. Someone who never gives up on you. And someone who will love and care for you always. Beena can light up a room when she walks in and can make friends with anyone and everyone. That's why I know you both will always be happy. Raman, when we were younger and going through our troubles, I would always try to make Beena smile and keep her happy. But that smile she has today, I never saw that until she met you, and I'll always be grateful for that. And don't say I don't give you anything, because today I'm giving you my most precious thing I could. So, I suppose I need to end by giving you some advice on marriage. But since I've been married for 2 years, I'm no expert, but here it is. Raman, if at first you don't succeed, try doing it the way that Beena told you. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please raise our glasses for my sister and my new brother-in-law, Mr. and Mrs. Catpush. Okay, I'm off to the bathroom.
We're going to pick the mic.
Yes.
That was great, boys. Thank you, Bobby. Okay, so we have basically got 1.5 minutes. Raman